Hey, brothers and sisters, it's good to be back with a little look at some good information today. I wanted to share something with you that's been on my mind. I want to start with a reading from Acts chapter 2, and I'll be beginning at the 43rd verse. Awe came upon everyone because many wonders and signs were being done by the apostles. All who believed were together and had all things in common. They would sell their possessions and goods and distribute the proceeds to all as any had need. Day by day, as they spent much time together in the temple, they broke bread at home and ate their food with glad and generous hearts, praising God and having good will of all the people. And day by day the Lord added to their number those who were being saved. Now, what I really wanted to point out to you is in verse 46. Day by day, as they spent much time together in the temple. You see, when this movement we call Christianity began, it was not a separate religion. It was a separate sect of Judaism. They were still Jewish. They were Christian Jews. And day by day, they spent much time in the temple. And then they broke bread together at home. They got along fairly well for about 30 years and shared the temple together. But then, in about 30 years after the crucifixion of Jesus, a rebellion started. The Jews had had enough of Roman occupation, and a rebellion started, and they went to throw off the overseers, the oppressors that were Rome. Now, one of the things that led to the separation of Judaism and Christianity, and there were many, but this was one of them, was when this rebellion started, those that called themselves Christian left Jerusalem. You see, they took seriously Jesus's command to be nonviolent, and they weren't going to be involved in a violent struggle. That rebellion lasted about 4 years, and in 70 AD, the Romans had enough. They laid siege to Jerusalem, and they went in and leveled the city, and they destroyed the temple. There was nothing left. So this leaves the Jews with no place to worship. And as Christians come back to Jerusalem, the split was complete. The Jews considered the Christians had abandoned them in their time of need. And so what we have left now are a group of Christians, and most of what was left of Jews were the Pharisees. And that group of Pharisees became the new rabbinic leaders, and rabbinic Judaism takes place with rabbis leading small groups. And for Christians, they began house worshiping. There was no churches. They worshiped together in each other's homes. They studied the Bible together. So I guess what I'm getting at here is that this time of not being able to gather in a church is not a new idea, not anything that is unprecedented. The original Christians had no church. Those Jews after the rebellion had no temple. They gathered in small groups in homes. They studied together. I guess if they had had internet, they would have had some rabbi that started 4-minute church. I know we desperately want to gather together to enjoy a worship service together. But right now, that's just not what's to be. And until it is, have you considered this? Those of you who are family that are not in danger of spreading COVID together, have you considered house church? Have you considered gathering together by phone that they didn't have back then, by internet, whatever, and studying together and continuing to worship God? together, along with viewing the service online. You could watch the service together. Not having the ability to gather together in church does not mean that our Christian mission ends. And those disciples without a church building to gather in, those early Christians without a place to come and sit in pews together, added to their number daily. I know we want to be together in a group, but until then, let us not forget that our mission continues. Until next time, friends, may the Lord bless and keep you. May the Lord make his face to shine upon you and be gracious unto you. May the Lord lift his countenance upon you and give you peace. Until next time, friends, I love you. Peace out.